I would like to thank our partners that extended their support to this event. Associate partners MENA Clean Energy Business Council, CETA EV Charger, who is also the panel sponsor on day one. Supporting associations: the European Association for Electromobility, Electric Drive Transportation Association, Electric Vehicle Association of Thailand. And the supporting partners: Qatar Solar Energy, Fin Value, Electroheads, the Brattle Group, Rare Group, A Great E Incorporated, and our media partner, Circuit Digest.
Hello, welcome everybody, and first of all, of course, many thanks for the invitation. Yeah, as I just said, I'm BizDev lead and charging lead at WeShare, which is 100% Volkswagen daughter company. So I will just jump into it. What is UMI? So the UMI Urban Mobility International is a 100% daughter company of Volkswagen. Why did we establish the sharing business in a separate company? Is just to act a bit more like a speedboat. So we have product management, IT, data analytics, marketing, etc., all based in that company. What is our goal? What is our objective? Of course, we want to make emission-free mobility accessible to all. So you don't need to own a car to drive an electric car. We want to excite people for electric mobility. And of course, in the end, we want to improve the living spaces in our cities: cleaner air, quieter roads, fewer cars, and more spaces. As it is said before, so we are currently live in the German cities Berlin and Hamburg. It's a free-floating car sharing service, meaning you can start a rental within a given operating area and end a rental, and it's calculated by the minute. It's fully electric. We currently have 2,300 cars, 1,500 in Berlin, 800 in Hamburg. The fleet consists of ID3 and ID4. It's 100% digital, so you can register for the service completely digital. And we have roughly 43% active customers and approximately over 200,000 customers. Yeah, just a quick view on our models. So as I said before, we are using the ID3, which is the Volkswagen compact model, and the ID4, which is a small SUV. You can see the technical data over there. But I think what is more important or more interesting is, of course, first of all, electric car sharing reduces entry barriers for electric mobility. What do we mean by that? Is usually when you want to try out an electric car, you usually have to go to a dealership, which is maybe outside of your city, etc. And with us, with WeShare, you can register completely digital. So you give a proof of your driving license and your ID, etc. And then you are registered within 5 minutes for the service. You have no purchasing costs, no commitments. As I said, so it's paid by the minute. You have easy access, high visibility. And what's most importantly, a lot of our customers drive for the first time in EV. And of course, you can make your own experiences. How is it driving an EV in the winter, in the summer, fast, slow, and etc. So we have a lot of people who have their first electric experiences with us, so to speak. But one key question is, of course, how do you actually charge 2,300 cars? There was a big challenge for us. At that time, so I'm putting the chart here, it's for me still quite funny. There was a lot of headlines in the last 10 years that car or electric charging stations are underutilized. So usually you would have the picture that a mayor or something would like open up an EV charging station, but there would be no cars. The station is underutilized. There are no models, and right now we are at a point where we actually face a completely different situation. So where there's two less charging stations, so we can see how quickly the market evolves. But back again to our charging concept. So basically, on the one hand, we of course use the public infrastructure. So there are roughly 1,700 charging points in Berlin and 1,300 in Hamburg. That's mainly AC charging stations with 11 kilowatts. However, we very quickly realized that we cannot only depend on the public charging infrastructure. Why? Because we would block those charging infrastructure for regular EV drivers. And this was, of course, not also in the interest of the city. So we soon realized we have to invest in our own charging infrastructure, which is exclusively for WeShare. And usually then you have two competing models. On the one hand, you can install your own hub, so meaning you rent property and install your own charging stations and then use that at a hub. But I quickly said that this is not a way going forward because it's quite expensive. So we were pursuing a so-called asset-light model. So we have individual contracts with more than 12 key partners in Berlin and Hamburg. So we currently have exclusive access to 125 charging points, mainly DC, and 22 in Hamburg. Of course, only with renewable energy. And how does it actually really work? So in my opinion, this is a very smart system because usually when you install charging infrastructure, you don't know how many charging sessions you will generate with that charging station. So you don't really know what the business case is. But we approached partners and guaranteed an amount of kilowatt hours per day. So meaning that at the daytime, there's a charging possibility for the EV driver, and at nighttime, it's exclusive charging for WeShare. And this could only be realized because we were guaranteeing a certain amount of electricity to the partner. And with that money or that kilowatt hours, the partner was able to realize the charging infrastructure. And then it's actually a win-win situation for cities, EV drivers, and companies. Now you may be wondering, okay, what kind of partners or companies are they? In the first hand, it's a big supermarket chain called Lidl and Kaufland. So we partnered up with them. And then this supermarket chain is installing and maintaining all the charging infrastructure. And during the daytime, as I said, it's therefore, here's the respective chart for that. So it's Lidl and Kaufland in the first case. So the partner builds the charging infrastructure. The partner usually has quite attractive locations within the city because location is very important for us. And then during the daytime, it can be regular Lidl and Kaufland, regular supermarket customers can use the charging station. And at night, the charging station goes into an authorization models, and we only have access then to the charging station, or there's like a physical barrier. And as said before, we guarantee a certain amount of electricity. We also work, like, for example, with the Charité, which is quite a famous hospital in Berlin. So they also install charging infrastructure and they refinance the bit through us, and we charge there at night. We also work with some real estate developer and Moja, which is a ride pooling service from Volkswagen. They also have a hub, and we also share infrastructure. So I think the key takeaway that it's very important to think of asset-light charging concept, that you achieve a very high utilization of your charging infrastructure. And high utilization means not only per day, but also per night. And usually when you have a larger fleet, then it will assure you a certain utilization, and also then a positive business case for your charging station. Yes, and that's it already. Thank you so much.